Hey now, everybody. It is the 22nd of February. I haven't been on as much. I haven't been posting a lot. You know, it's been a very quiet week. Everybody's off. What the hell happened here? All right. So it's been a week. But I did pick up the paper, son of a bitch, this morning. Doesn't write. And how the Arizona Attorney General doesn't want to extradite a prisoner who committed murder here in Soho. Now, I have mixed feelings about this. First of all, the prick should be here standing trial. They were warned about this man in Florida, okay, and did nothing about it. But then again, with the law, you can just say, look, I think this guy's nuts, and they'll say, well, what proof do you have, blah, blah, blah. Because if he didn't do anything in Florida, they really can't do anything about it. He goes to New York. He kills this woman. Before I say that, the woman in Florida said he had serial killer vibes. Okay. He probably did, but unless he had killed somebody in Florida, you're not going to get arrested just for having vibes, okay? You should be watched, because if there's a woman who's afraid that you're going to kill her, yeah, I'd give this guy a little bit of a watch. But he leaves and he goes to New York, where he subsequently kills this woman in Soho, in a hotel. So he flees, he goes to Arizona. Arizona arrests him for something else. I forget what they arrested him for. But they were looking for extradition to New York so he could stand trial for murder. Now, that's what should happen. He should be here in New York, standing trial for murder. I don't know. See, the problem is when you have a big city like this, word gets out about the stupid shit you do. D.A. Bragg is one of the more lenient DAs. They will look, 7 guys beat up cops, and he let them out without bail. Without bail. And that gets people enraged. And you all know about the bail reform here in New York. For those of you that don't, they try to eliminate bail for criminals who can't raise enough capital or cash to make bond. And it's not exactly for major crimes. You know, like although the assault on police officer, to me, is a major crime. If you're going to do that to a cop, what else are you going to do? So, we'll move on from that. So, they probably saw how lax it is with the bail reform. And how these migrants walked right out of the precinct the same day, if not the next day, giving everybody the finger, knowing they got away with beating up 2 cops. One of them, of course, went to Queens and now started robbing stores. Okay? And we're giving them money and a place to live. That's what's even worse. I remember this beating happened in Times Square. Everybody's in Times Square. There's cameras everywhere. Okay. Now to this fool. He commits a crime in Soho, in a hotel in Soho. He flees to Arizona. They catch him on something else, and they want him back here. Now, the Arizona DA turned around and says, I ain't sending you back there. You'll probably let him back out on the street. She has every reason to believe that with everything she's probably seen or read. Okay? With everything that she's seen and read and heard, she probably thinks, well, they're just going to let this asshole out and he's going to come back here and cause havoc again. It's pretty much wrong, because if you see, if it's murder, they set a very, very high bail. Something that there's no way he's going to be able to said bond. But you can understand kind of where she's coming from. Look, you let out these guys who beat up cops, and they gave you the finger while they were doing it. So I understand where that part comes from, but you also have to have a little common sense that if you're wanted for murder, I don't think they're going to let you out on the street. And if they do, then Alvin Bragg should be thrown out and disbarred. Plain and simple. But this whole thing with Trump and New York City, nobody wants to deal with New York City anymore. They don't. It's run by two radical left people. You want to talk about the MAGA right or whatever, and their extreme shit? There's a lot of extreme shit here in New York on the left-hand side of the aisle. A lot. Bail reform is one of them. And now, all of a sudden, they found extra money and they're going to cut the migrant budget. Really? Really? Did that magically appear out of your butthole? I swear to God. And now, the next thing they want to do in the city is add more stoplight cameras. You know, because we need more revenue. Where is all this money going? This is also the same people who put up speed cameras. The premise of speed cameras was, and I'll tell you, was we're going to put them within a quarter mile of schools, and they will run during school hours. Say 6 a.m. when high school start at 7:30. So we'll start it at 6 a.m. and we'll let them go to 9 p.m. because there's after-school activities, there's sports, what have you. So that was fine. Everybody agreed to that. Great. This way it stops the speeding around schools. Fantastic. But you give an inch and people take a yard. Now they're 24-hour speed cameras. Which is what they probably wanted in the first place. But just to get it implemented, that's what they did first. You cannot give these people an inch. Now it's going to be every single corner that has a stoplight or a traffic light is going to have a red light camera. And the funny thing is, from what I remember, they all don't work at the same time. Which is kind of stupid because why would you put them up? But that's what I heard. Whether that's true or not, I don't think so. Why would you put the damn thing up if you weren't going to use it? But that's what they're going to do next. And they're going to get away with it because it's going to fly right under the radar. Just like the thing with the 24-hour camera did. You're being hoodwinked by Democrats, especially in New York State and City. You're being hoodwinked. And you don't even know it because you go back to the ballot box and think, they're fine. No, they're not. Find a Democrat. If you like Democrats so much, find a Democrat that's going to work for you and not for their own pocket or for something that's not even going to help you out at all. If it doesn't benefit the people, then don't vote these people in. Chuck Schumer should be gone. He should be long gone, but they keep voting him back in for some ungodly reason. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the thing. Arizona should give the guy up because they're not going to let him go. But I can see where she's coming from. Get yourself informed, people, or else more and more shit like this is going to happen. That's all I say. And vote for people who are going to help you. That's it. Bye-bye. Booyah.